Set up an automatic bedding system in horse stalls. It eliminates dust and saves straw as well as labor time. We are currently inspecting 2 horse stable operations that have implemented different levels of mechanization with the assistance of Strohmatic. The Meersschaut operation looks, chops up, and dusts off the straw and feeds it into a drop chute. From there, it's manually sprinkled into the boxes. The Ledges company has opted for the fully automatic version, including distribution via a tube chain conveyor system to the horse stalls. Let us proceed to examine the horse stud Meersschaut and see what it has to offer at this particular moment.
Today we're visiting the Bohinga Hof, owned by the Meersschaut family.
We have approximately 100 acres of land, 60 horses.
At this moment, on this day, we are introducing the Strohmatic.
So the fundamental concept has been around for a while because the subject of straw is a significant factor in our region. There is a very small amount, and then I started thinking that it is going to be small. You have a greater capacity when it comes to absorbency. You do not possess the same quantity of rubbish anymore. I inquired around at the marketplace to ascertain the available options, and I did not genuinely discover much that deals specifically with the subject of dust. And then, to my surprise, I unexpectedly stumbled upon the Strohmatic by SCHAUER and was instantly impressed and filled with excitement about this remarkable discovery. And I genuinely thought it through and carefully considered what can be done. And then I also spoke to a colleague from work, obtained some advice there, and he was like top-notch. And then I was like, let's do it, shall we?
The Strohmatic consists of a bale opener, the power mill, a dust removal system, and the distribution system, or a drop cyclone, as in the case of the Meersschaut family.
So this big box here is now the bale opener. So here's where the whole shebang goes in, and that's where it all starts.
Indeed, both round and square bales pose no problem. Here you can witness the current technology in action as well. There have not been any issues up to this point. At this moment, I can confidently state that we have successfully processed nearly 1,000 bales and the system is operating completely satisfactorily. And here in this area, it's already been dusted off. What's also totally fascinating is that in this area up here, I'll just call it the laundry drum, how effective this device really works. In my opinion, you can clearly see the golden yellow straw. There is not a significant amount of straw present in that location. However, individuals who have previously operated a combine harvester and are familiar with this grey dust will undoubtedly observe the outcome when we commence dusting at a later time. I wouldn't have thought that. I would say, depending on how the starting product is, between 60 and 80%, where they really disappear, sometimes even more. And it is pure dust, devoid of any straw whatsoever. And that, as I mentioned previously, originates from the golden yellow wheat straw that is located in the background, where you can visually perceive its presence.
Believes everything is hunky-dory.
Indeed, there would not be anything inside, but that fine dust is still present in that location. And you can genuinely say that has, I believe, a volume of 300 liters or maybe 400. I am not exactly sure about the exact measurement. 3 bales, 4 bales, it is completely full. Then I have to empty it out again, yeah, you know.
On the horse stable Meersschaut, about 300 to 400 straw bales are shredded and dusted per year.
So now we have here basically what happens when our system is up and running.
Exactly, and what is truly great is when you take a look at it, it is actually better than what was initially thought or anticipated. This realization brings a renewed sense of excitement and optimism. So now, additionally, in terms of horsekeeping, we still possess relatively long straw with us, but it is completely split, which makes it exceptionally absorbent and highly effective afterwards. And I simply find the mix sensational. There is an abundance of excellent material here, but also an abundance of lengthy material, which additionally fulfills the requirements of the horse.
It can be challenging at times.
Indeed, there is still structure within it, thus it has not lost any of its structure.
So you're working here now with a drop chute, which means you take the finished product and then process it with the wheel shaft?
Exactly. The horse farm uses a front loader to transport the processed straw into the horse stable and piles it up in heaps in the alleyway. From here, the straw is distributed manually in boxes, depending on the need.
I wanted it so that I really still have the connection to the horse when I work. that I also see how much straw do I need, because one needs a little more, the other a little less. It was hard for me to imagine how to set up the system. And with the drop chute, I can also get ahead.
The dusted yet structured straw is an excellent choice for ensuring the health and well-being of the horses in an ideal manner.
Yeah, so here we have the brain of the system with numerous additional components and a complete set of safety features particularly. So it is genuinely safe, the system, in terms of spark detection as well as individual motor protection. Each one is individually secured, and you have the capability to adjust the system individually to your specific needs in terms of time, throughput, intensity, and the speed at which the system operates, providing a high level of safety and customization for optimal performance. And you have to say it's well planned.
Now we have something. What have you been trying?
Precisely, that is what you refer to it as, you know. It has been a combination of alfalfa and grass, a mix of the two types of vegetation. And I have a few very old horses in operation with bad teeth due to their age. They are already well over 30 years old, some of them. And I was thinking, man, there is this lucerne green powder and other options as well. And as for the hay bales, that was simply a matter of cost for me. We have the space to grow all of that. And then I thought to myself, why not just throw caution to the wind and see what happens? And the outcome is truly incredible. Therefore, for the aging horses, it possesses a wealth of complexity, and it is already receptive to new ideas. You will not experience any issues in the process of digesting or absorbing it initially, right from the start. When the elderly individuals receive durable hay that lasts a long time, it is chewed up on both the left and right sides. At this point, everything is progressing smoothly. We incorporate that into the feed, which is also gradually consumed by the feed mechanism. You can observe it does not collect dust. It has also been dusted. Just nailed it with a brilliant outcome.
Could you also imagine this for people with allergies? Yeah. Mr. Meersschaut, we've talked about this. So the straw is now unlocked and dusted off. Are there any other advantages in terms of further management?
Yes, certainly. That was also a component of the concept, to uphold the value chain, which also pertains to the final product, specifically the low-quality merchandise. What, of course, is another big advantage is the immense composting, that it goes relatively quickly through the spraying. So it rots faster?
Gang arrives fast, yeah.
That is at the very least 50% faster, if not even more accelerated in speed compared to the previous version. And that is accomplished by breaking open the straw or inflicting complete injury upon it, thus rendering it non-functional or unusable for its intended purpose. And you can observe that best when you simply grab a handful of long straw and a handful of the shredded one, moisten a shovel, and then you will see what the difference is, what the actual absorbency is like. I'll take the long one. I'll take the long one. And there is so much more to it right from the start that stays with you. And thus the absorbency is proven. And that was just something where I was like truly phenomenal and beyond my expectations. And you have a significantly reduced ammonia smell in the stalls. The stalls are much cleaner. The point you need to make is that the straw is faster, yet less aesthetically pleasing, because it loses its golden color more rapidly due to the immense sucking effect it creates. You have to kind of evaluate the advantages and disadvantages between aesthetics and actual usefulness, particularly for the well-being of the animals. They don't stand in these ammonia vapors anymore, even if the boxes are clean, nicely filled with thick bedding. Everything always looks top-notch. However, if the urine is truly not being absorbed, it is simply a regional phenomenon. Precisely.
Did you also observe if you require less straw overall or if something has changed?
Yeah, so there has been a bit of a modification in that I require a bit smaller amount now, way smaller amount during the summer months. Well, I would definitely go for around 50%. The winter months really depend on the weather. Yes, I would say that I need around 10 to 20% less of that, give or take. It's just an estimate, but it should be in that range. In a nutshell, I would say that a realistic estimate would be that the percentage falls between 20 and 30 approximately.
Okay, sounds good.